Hi and welcome. My name is Jacqueline. This is my channel, Our Homemade Homeschool. I'm a homeschool mom of 6 years. My husband and I have 4 kids, ages 12, 10, 6, and 4. And today we're going to talk about storage solutions in a small space. Now, some of these might sound a little extreme, but if you're really tight on space and you need some creative solutions, these just might be the thing for you. Many I have used, many of these I have done in the past, and the very first one is using under the bed storage bins. So these are the bins that you'll see that are very short because they are to slide under your bed, but they might be really wide, like a rectangle. And so these are great for storing maybe records if you need to keep records, like a portfolio for your state. Also good for books and curriculum that you're not currently using, but you know that you will use maybe next year, or one of your kids has completed a book or a resource and you know that another younger child is going to utilize that same resource. You don't want to get rid of it, but you don't necessarily want to store it out in your main area. That's the kind of thing that can go under there too. Really anything, it's your choice. But those have been really great. So our house, when we moved in, it was built in the 1960s. It's a raised ranch, and it really came with minimal closets, minimal storage space. So for many years before we put an addition on our house, I used the under the bed storage bins. They were great. Number 2, converting a coat closet into storage. That's what we have done right in the entryway to our house. There is a coat closet, but we don't use it for coats. We use it, not necessarily homeschool books and curriculum, but we use it for games, crafts, certain things like tangrams and like hot glue guns and popsicle sticks and sewing kits and things like that I don't want to keep out and accessible to all the kids at all times. We also keep our library books in a bin right there, and then a bag for library returns. Another thing we keep right in that front closet is a bag for donations, because I am always on the lookout for things in my home, clothes, items, anything like that, that we are no longer using and that it's time to let it go and to donate it. So that's a really nice way not only to utilize your coat closet if you're short on space for homeschooling supplies and crafting supplies and games, but also to kind of ensure that you're keeping your home uncluttered. So that's another tip. Along with that, you could also convert, say, like 1 or 2 drawers of your bureau. If you just kind of slip in books or notebooks or curriculum guides or anything like that, if you have one to spare, you could utilize a drawer in your bureau to store your homeschooling supplies. Number 3, using your library for books, of course, and even some curriculum. I have been able to find the 5 in a Row manuals. I've also been able to find the Life of Fred math books when we were using that a few years ago. And so I didn't have to buy those at all. And that was really nice. You'll have fewer books to store. And along with using the library for books and perhaps some curriculum, a lot of libraries have what they call a library of things. So some items I have seen at our library are sewing machines, telescopes, snowshoes in the wintertime, even like backpacks fitted with binoculars, field guides, all sorts of like outdoorsy things. So if you want to have those experiences, but you don't necessarily have space in your home to store those things, or even maybe you don't have the budget to purchase those things or you just don't want to, you could try some things out from the library. Number 4, buy digital, buy PDF forms. And what I mean by that is if you are looking to buy a curriculum that comes in printed book form or a PDF download, and you have a printer and you don't mind printing, then maybe just buy the PDF download and print things off as you need them. And that would be fewer pages if you're very short on space and you don't want to store the whole curriculum guide or whatever it is at once, but you just want to print off a few pages or a month's worth of pages at once. That could really help. Number 5, declutter often. So go through your homeschooling books and resources. Maybe set a specific time of year for you that would be convenient. Maybe it's the summertime if you have a long summer break. Maybe it's like right before the holidays if you're trying to clear out space for like all the incoming things from the holidays. Really be truthful, with yourself. Will I use this item? Are we definitely done with it? And can I let go of it? Is there someone that I know that could use this? Do I want to sell it? Is it in good enough shape where I could go on, say, a Facebook group that is designated for that particular curriculum company resale, and try and sell it that way? So if you're not using something, remove it from your home. Number 6, along with that, only buy what you need when you need it. So a lot of times we get caught up in, when there's sales going on, we might purchase several years worth of a curriculum or several months worth of like glue sticks and pencils and notebooks and things like that. I've done it too. Staples has a really great sale on school supplies. Target also, I'm sure Amazon also has great sales. But those items really take up space. And so if you are short on space, really just buy like 1 pack of pencils, a few glue sticks, the notebooks that your kids are currently using, just the curriculum that your kids are using. And there's always going to be another sale. There's always going to be another store that you can go and buy pencils at if you need more pencils. So that tip is just only buy what you need and how much of it that you need when you need it. If you really don't have the space, don't buy more than what you can store in your home comfortably. Number 7. So this might sound kind of silly, but I haven't done it before, but I was thinking about small space storage solutions and I thought of this one. So if you have suitcases in your home, if you are storing luggage and they're empty, well, you could fill those with curriculum or books. As long as it's stuff that would be okay out of sight, out of sight, out of mind, if you're not going to forget about it, that it's there and forget to use something. But if it's, something you're not going to use till next year, something another younger kid isn't going to use for another couple years, something like that, or something you might not even get to till next month, you could fill that suitcase and with a lot, you could fit a lot in there. So get creative. Filling up a suitcase, I think, could really work. Number 8. So this is something that we do and we've done for years for my kids, things that they work on every day. They keep their books in a bin. I'll show a picture right here. And so these bins, we really like them because they hold quite a bit. And you can transport them easily. They have the handles. So we do keep them right on this shelf here, which keeps them out of the way. But if you didn't have a shelf, you don't have room for one, you can keep these in your bedroom, tucked in a closet, in the kids' bedroom maybe, or even like on top of the refrigerator or in a dining room hutch, something like that. Somewhere a little bit out of the way, but they don't look super cluttered. It's not just piles of books. So the bins have really worked out for us. Number 9, wall-mounted wire baskets. I'll show a picture right here of ours. So these are great really for any purpose, but we use ours for our like poetry stuff and things that we want to have quick access to every single morning. So that's kind of right in our dining room kitchen area. And those have been really helpful. Number 10, if you don't have much wall space to hang up a wall map and you don't have much space for a globe, or you just don't want to purchase one or can't, we have this really great laminated foldable map. One side is the United States and the other side is the world map. We got it from Staples. It was like $7 or something. And that's been very easy to store. And we use that sometimes with my daughter who's 6 when we're looking at different things. So that's another idea. Oh, also, I don't have one, but I've heard others mention something called a scrunch map. So it's made of material that you can scrunch it up into a ball when you're done looking at it, store it away, and then when you take it out again and smooth it out, it comes out without wrinkles somehow. So scrunch maps are also a great solution if you don't have space for a globe or like wall space for a wall map. Number 11, you could store books on your mantle. If you have a mantle over your fireplace, you could store like pretty books, or I wasn't thinking really like curriculum or notebooks, which you could, but I'm thinking more like smaller books, like chapter books, or field guides, or nonfiction, or poetry, something like that. So you can get creative. I know there's a lot of very creative people out there who could probably make it look very beautiful also. But that's another place that you could store your books if you're looking for a spot. Well, I think that's it. If you have been homeschooling in a small space and you have come up with a good solution, a creative solution, maybe something outside the box that some haven't thought of before that you think could be helpful for others to read about, please leave a comment below. I like to know also, we do have more space than we used to, but for about 8 years, we lived in this house with its original size, and we had to get very creative with where we were storing things. So thank you so much for being here. Have a great day.